Hi everyone, and welcome to my second seminar, this one on skills and capacities. We'll be looking at skills and capacities through the lens of the hang clean. I'll be introducing to two of my athletes here. The one on the left is a swimmer of ours. He's going into his fourth year with the team. He is a successful longer distance swimmer. Whereas the athlete on the right is a basketball player of ours, one of our reserve guards. Going into his third year with the team. The one on the right, our basketball player, has previous experience in the hang clean, hasn't really realized any success despite numerous coaching interventions, different strategies that we've tried to incorporate. Whereas the athlete on the left, our swimmer, has only really been taught once, may only have 2 or 3 sets of experience under his belt. But now that he's training with us during the summer and is one of more of our dedicated athletes in terms of his physical training, really wants to learn the hang clean. So here we have our two athletes just prior to them starting. So we'll see their variations of the hang clean. First just at about 41% speed. The athlete on the right will only do one attempt, whereas we'll see a couple more from the athlete on the left. Now, slowing it down even more, looking at athlete by athlete, we see some similar deviations from the technical model. Our athlete on the right fails to get full hip extension, but probably the more problematic issue is the fact that his receiving position is not fleshly across his chest, and he is slow to bring his elbows through and trust himself to release the bar enough to catch it. It's also a very upright posture when he catches. Seen with the athlete on the left, our swimmer, near identical flaw in terms of catching, doesn't want to let go of the bar or sit into a lower position and more of a power catch position. Instead of releasing the bar and letting it slide across his shoulders and getting his elbows up, he'll try and hold it into his hands. So both have similar deviations from the technical model, but as I show you in this next video, there's a reason for one and a reason why the other athlete will improve over the course of this session. So this is a quick video here of our basketball player demonstrating a lack of shoulder external rotation combined with a lack of forearm pronation. In addition to some of these general restrictions, he has a family history of shoulder surgeries and just lacks a lot of general mobility in both his ball and socket joints. So let's take a look now at the first set that we looked at now, contrast it with his, I believe it's his third or fourth set of the day. We'll play both here at the same time and then break them down and look for any key differences that would suggest that he's made some technical improvements in only one session. So right away, one thing we can see is that from the receiving position, the hips are a lot lower into good hip flexion, hips away from the elbows. The elbows are much higher. The bar is being received properly across the shoulders in the front rack position. He's not leaning back quite as much and is definitely a lot more comfortable at receiving the bar on his shoulders as opposed to holding it in his hands. For the future, this will help him receive heavier loads to help generate more lower body explosive power, but even more importantly, to reduce any chance of wrist injury due to improper catching technique. So for me, this is a good demonstration of how someone can be limited in skill versus limited in their capacity. Our first example had significant mobility restrictions or capacity restrictions of his shoulders, as well as perhaps his trunk, hips, and major joints of stability and mobility. Our novice athlete here, our swimmer, who has only had one previous session of hang cleans, has shown significant improvements in just one session with our strength conditioning team.